Hey guys! No, I can't use that one. How about? Hey, YouTube, it's your boy. No, I can't use that one. Somebody else has got that one too. How about? Man, do I have any hot chicks walking around here or something? Like advertising my games? No, somebody else has got that one too. I'll have to think of something else. What's up, y'all? Happy Easter, everybody. Doing a quick video on my Galaga cabinet that I modified a couple of years ago. Arcade 1-Up Gen 1-ish cab. Did this mod quite a ways back. I know this might seem old hat, but the reason I'm doing this video is because a couple of weeks ago, everybody was on buying one of these. And I do plan to do some major mods to this, making it a multicade and getting a horizontal screen for it and probably taking it camping. We do a lot of camping and I thought it'd be an awesome little thing to bring with us. It's not very much to throw in the car and have something like in the tent or in the camper or whatever. It might be kind of fun. Anyways, fun fact about a little hobby of mine and my girlfriend. So I wanted to talk about this Galaga cabinet. So what I have here is a 412-in-1 game elf that I wound up hooking up with a JAMA harness, putting in a couple of glow buttons I thought would be fun. And I wanted to just throw a shout out to Detroit Love for this idea of the Glenn's Retro Show trackball that he put in his Galaga cabinet way back in the day, and he put it in the speaker location. That one, I was looking at that location, but it seemed really kind of hard to use the trackball on the speaker, so I wound up routering it a little further south of the panel here, so you had a little bit more movement. This trackball isn't connected. I haven't quite figured out how to hook like maybe player 2 to the trackball, especially for one of my favorite games that nobody ever really talks about, and it's a vertical game. It's Arkanoid, which was huge in the arcades. And that was a spinner, and everybody was on the kick of spinners like a couple years back. A new spinner. Nobody really talked about the one game that I loved with the spinner with, aside from Tempest, was Arkanoid. Which was hard as hell, but I spent so much money playing that game. So anyways, off topic, but I thought maybe the trackball would be great for that. What's running in this? Obviously the Game Elf 412, all vertical games. Gunsmoke. Some of you legacy guys are like into the Commando and the Midway cab. This vertical screen, full-size Commando is awesome. The only one I knew that looked as good that's out there to buy with Commando on it was the Countercade in that portrait. Where Commando on this looks great. Gunsmoke. Tubin is another one that's on the Midway cab, which I loved. I thought that was a great idea. But it's got all your old classic verticals, Donkey Kong, you name it. And you can look at the Game Elf 412-in-1, all vertical. Plug in and play. Hooks up regular JAMA harness, and you can wire the controls any way you so see it. As far as graphics, got all the graphics from Untitled Arcade 1-Up graphics. Riser I've talked about way back when, forever. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm hooked on the 16-inch riser. I just feel like I've tried multiple different heights of the riser, and 16 seems to be the sweet spot. It's just made out of 3/4-inch MDF. Basically just mimicked the original riser and traced it out, painted it black, and put on some decals from Tyler and kind of made my own graphics on it. Kept the side art. And I'll take a little closer look in a minute at the control panel so you can really get a feel for it and kind of explain that before I go into the back of the cabinet exactly what I did. The Marquee, obviously, this thing's flashing, looks kind of cool. So I made this cabinet a couple years ago. So we're talking back before there was really fiberglass control deck protectors even available. it was a big issue. People were rubbing their hands on the control deck artwork, and basically it was just wearing right off. There was a lot of complaints about it. Any of you old hat people that have been in Arcade 1-Up as long as I have, since 2018, know what I'm talking about. So I made my own deck protector out of fiberglass. And I wound up I'm a fan of putting the buttons on the fiberglass, literally sealing it in case you ever spill a drink on this or anything. It's not going to go down through the protector and hit the artwork. But I've lightened up on that gut feeling since the newer generations of cabinets have come out. And now the protector that they give with the Arcade 1-Ups as stock, I'm totally content with. I don't redo it anymore. The Marquee is actually a stolen idea from, and shout outs to a guy named Jet Set that doesn't have a lot of YouTube content out there, but I do want to give him props because he was one of the first people to ever even try to build a light up marquee for one of these things. And I think he did an amazing job. It's pretty complex. You definitely have to be handy with carpentry tools and stuff like that, which I'm no longer a carpenter, but that is my forte. That is my upbringing. So I'm very familiar with how to make it. And I basically went out to the garage and copied it. And what these are is just 1/2 by 1/2 inch pieces of aluminum angle iron you get at your local hardware store in Lowe's and such. And then this is just either, it doesn't have to be translucent. It's better if it is, but if it's not, it's okay. This graphic, I can't even remember where I got it, but it doesn't really matter because there's so many people out there doing graphics now that do such a great job. I mean, Tyler's I've used 100 times on light up marquees, and it's fine. It looks fine. And that light strip, it's just a single loop light strip. It goes around the bottom and around the top inside. And that's just a light strip from Lowe's that I got, and it comes with a remote, so you can kind of jump, if you want white or green or whatever, or you want it to flash or jump around or strobe. It's got a ton of different settings on this. I thought it was really, really cool. I know you can't see it. When I flip the cabinet around, you'll see, but there's a little antenna sticking out of my outlet. Very, very subtle up here. I'll get a better angle in a minute. But anyways, I thought that this, I don't have the guts I did so much work on this and my original Street Fighter. I made these same marquees that I don't have the heart to get rid of them. And I kind of like that you can make it flash and strobe and such, where the new bought ones it's just a single light, which is fine. I'm totally fine with it. But I like this idea of it kind of jumping around and flashing different colors. It just kind of changes up for all of us that have, 10, 12, 15, 20 of these now, and they're taking up so much space. It just gives it a little bit different dynamic than having every cabinet look exactly the same. And I don't know, I kind of like a little bit of that variety. So anyways, I will just show you a little bit of gameplay and a little bit better viewing angle so you can kind of see what the games look like and sound like. The sound on this is my standard issue 2.1 Klipsch computer sound system. You can get them right now at Walmart for $90. You can't lose. The headphone jack plugs right into the Game Elf, and it's easy peasy Japanesey. So the sound is fantastic. I just have a little separate volume control on the back side, so if I want to turn it down or up, and that's it. And the power I have up here on top, and again, better viewing angle. I'll show you that everything's a one switch only, turns everything on, turns everything off. That's just kind of like how I like to do it versus trying to get into the cabinet and shut the power bar off and all that stuff. So let's show you just a little bit of gameplay. We might as well play Galaga because that's what we're talking about. Turn the sound up a little bit just so you can kind of see how good this game is. like about it is you can configure the controls however you see fit, but this also popular legacy thing going on today is the pause button on the cabinets. Everybody seems to be a huge fan of that. I definitely was. I've been modding these. I would have done it just for the simple fact that it had a pause button, so if you want to go to the bathroom or something, you're not shutting the game off. But anyways, I'll just kind of show you what the menu looks like. A lot of you guys are familiar, but I have Galaga, Frogger, Donkey Kong, all the Pac-Mans, Miss Pac-Mans. Legacy cabinet, Commando, was unqualified critics and third floor game room props on Commando. They had talked about it on their last live stream, and the portrait version of Commando on these verticals is awesome. Which everybody likes on the new Legacy cabinet. And the only good version we had of that was on the, not the countercades, but I'm missing the terminology. The tabletop had a good vertical Commando. So anyways, this also has a great version of it. And I'll show you just a couple quick segments of games before I really change the camera angle and show you some different views of the cabinet. All right, so this is just the version of Commando that's on the 412 and 1. I'll just give you a couple of games just so you can kind of see, but it's obviously a copyright. Don't sell it. You're just buying it to hook it up for yourself, it's fine, but just for the sake of saying. Some of these old school games are pretty cool, especially with the sound system, the clip sound system. Okay. I don't know how I didn't just die there. Remember, I'm never able to rescue the prisoner, I think, ever in my life. Anyway, we'll go to the next game. All right, next game we'll try is Miss Pac-Man. Loads pretty quick. Very happy with it. Nothing like the sound system though. Controls are pretty good. What's running on this is a Sanwa controller, 8-way gate on it. And also, like, I put in these light up buttons just because I thought it a little bit different feel. You start getting 10, 12, 14 cabinets, you kind of want it to have a little different look to it. What I liked is the pause button. You just kind of hold it like this, and you can continue or exit by just literally pressing player 1 again. We'll exit out of that. Goes to the menu pretty fast. There's Galaga. We got Frogger. We got Donkey Kong. You name it. Gunsmoke. Definitely one of my old school favorites. I've only actually ever won that on the regular Nintendo with the NES Max back in the day. Never won it on the arcade, that's for sure. I think I only got to maybe level 3 or something. Burger Time, if you're into Burger Time. Some of these, they run okay. Some of them run fantastic. What I do like about the game Elf, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, is that the Burger Time, the screen fits really, really well. The Donkey Kong, a lot of times when you buy the modded versions of these Pandora box or whatever other versions you get, you don't get the sound with Donkey Kong that you should. And I'll just kind of give you a feel. Whoops, my bad. Let's go back. Is the Donkey Kong I noticed on the Pandora boxes you can play it fine. The gameplay is fine, but when he climbs the ladder and he jumps on the rafters here, you lose the bass on some of the bootleg versions, and this one actually had it, which was all that sound there. I don't know. It's a pet peeve of mine. I just loved it. Anyways, you get the idea of the gameplay, and we'll run around to the back of the cabinet, and I'll show you kind of some of the other mods that were taking place. It will look a little sketchy. It will look a little spaghetti back there, but you'll get the feel for it. I've modded this 3 different times over, so there's a lot of extra stuff in there not needed. All right, guys, so looking at the back of the cabinet, first thing I want to do is I always put in these outlets up here on the top of the control deck. As long as you give enough clearance for when you put the marquee up, that the actual electrical box doesn't hit the marquee. So kind of make sure where that box needs, put the marquee in place. Make sure you know where that box needs to be, and then you can take everything off, take the panel off, and then actually mount your box if you're into that kind of modifying electricity. This one I put just a double switch, so this literally turns everything on. Kind of see the marquee flash on the wall back and behind me. This little thing is just the antenna for the LED to change the colors so the remote can pick up. The reason I did 2 switches instead of 1, this is not connected, but Jet Set again also has some video. He doesn't give a tutorial, which I would have loved, but he wound up doing the kick plate. He wound up doing a whole light up kick plate on his Tempest cab and Gen 1 Asteroids cab, and I loved it. I love the way it looks. I love the way that the thing came out. To this day, I don't think anybody's done anything like that. So if I ever wanted to do it, I gave myself an extra switch just in case, but I probably will never do it. But anyways, that's why that's there. Opening up the cabinet, like I said, spaghetti. You have Klipsch 2.1 set up. My Gauntlet cab and my TMNT cab. The videos that I've already posted have kind of gone over that. Nothing different here whatsoever as far as that description. So if you want to look at my other videos to see a little bit more description on how I hooked the stereo up, and how I mounted it in the cabinet and everything, probably go to those videos. It's a little bit more specific as to that. Regular HDMI board. Everybody knows about this. What's going on here is the VGA comes out and it runs all the way to the back of, this is the 412 Game Elf, all vertical. My speakers from Klipsch literally plug right into here, right into the top of this Game Elf that you can see right there. JAMA harness, very self-explanatory. There's a billion videos on this. I don't think I need to overkill it with how to wire that. And it just goes up and it goes into my buttons in the back of this. Some of this other spaghetti, yes, there was a Pandora box in it at one time. This board right here is literally doing nothing, but it was originally a 60-in-1 that I used in this. I didn't really like it, to be honest with you. I didn't really like it in this cab, so that's why this 412, and they're all vertical games, I thought was way more appropriate. You got more bang for your buck, and it wasn't very expensive mod. And it's being powered by standard issue power supply. There's a billion different vendors that sells power supplies like this. I'm sure you can find online. And in case you're just curious on the electricity, here's the power bar, obviously, right? Everything's plugged into the power bar. And what I did is just the regular cord for the power bar goes up. This might be a little more descriptive. Goes up, goes into the electrical outlet like this, right here. Hooks into the switch. Look up any standard issue electricity, power in, power out. And this black cord is the one that actually goes out, chasing it down like this. Goes out, goes through the stock hole of the arcade one-up cabinet, and then over there into the wall. So so the switch basically turns everything on and off. This little thing here is what comes with the this particular light up marquee, and the remote is just, that's part of the whatever it is, the lights, the LED lights for the marquee.
So in case you're wondering what that is, it's just part of that whole setup, which you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot or your local hardware store or what have you. So that's basically the cabinet. Everybody knows that I usually put my door on hinges. I have plenty of other videos that I'm going to be posting. They all have this swing door because I've modified things so much in the past that I have to keep getting in and out of the cabinet. So I'll flip the cabinet back over and we'll wrap things up. Thanks.
So that's it for today's video. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Dwayne again at 8-Bit Vinyl. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, a wonderful Easter with your families, and checking out my mod here. And remember, no mod is a bad mod in my eyes. Just means the ideas keep flowing and everybody's just trying to get creative, and that's always a good thing. So anyways, I guess thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning into the channel. If you do like this, obviously like and subscribe. And we'll see you. Oh! I can't use that, man. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video, and I'll be chatting with you guys on the live stream. Have a great day.